Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Ops, here in this post-match show. Panathinaikos won. Rangers won remarkably in a difficult night for us in Athens, but it doesn't matter. Join me, Ops, here as the one and only Albert. Evening, Albert.
Evening, mate. How are you?
Right, okay. Absolutely delighted and terrified at the same time, mate.
Me too. Me too. It was hard watch, but a fantastic result. Fantastic to get through, mate. Especially this early in the season, we're not really ready. But I said to you before, I don't think I could watch this style of football this season. I'm telling you, this is.
We need players in. We're short in areas. We can praise the resilience of the team. What a goal we scored, let's be honest. But how they only managed to score one goal over the two legs is remarkable. Butland was excellent in the first half. I need to really see it back again to see what I think about if it was a mistake with a goal or a fluke there goal, mate. However,
I think it was. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll say it was a spin of the ball. He caught him.
But however, in the first half, mate, we couldn't pass the ball. We kept putting myself into problems. We couldn't keep it up top. The few times we got it up top, we just dizzy dallying about with it, and our final third, making it easy for them to have opportunities. How it stayed at nothing each, I couldn't believe, Albert. But it did. And our best player by a distance in the first half was Jack Butland, mate.
Absolutely, mate. I totally agree with that. He kept us in it again. And that's 2 games now that he's been outstanding. Let's hope we could carry on all season like this, because that's what we need. If we're going to play this style of football, this is what we need. Our goalkeeper needs to be. You'll probably get player of the year this year playing like this. If we keep playing like this. Listen,
you'll get a lot of practice going with that. It's just, look, I was away with work, as you know, and I was speaking to a guy's a season ticket holder for some Southampton, and what he said to me for watching me, knocking balls up and everybody facing the wrong way and trying to play it. But guys getting the ball passed to them when they're surrounded with players, when you just have to clear your lines at times or take a pass out wide. That's the downside. When it comes off, yeah, you get space and you can play. But when it doesn't come off and you get mugged, mate, the opposition are right on top of you, and usually right through on top of your 18-yard box, all better.
Well, that's exactly right. That's what's happening. It's confusing for me. I don't understand it. I mean, I understand what he's trying to do, break the press, and they said you do it, as you said, you're free, you're gone, you open up the whole park, which is fantastic. But 2 and 3 times, doing it just 2 and 3 times in a game, it's not going to win you anything. I'm telling you right now, it won't win you anything, because you're getting too many chances away. You're losing the ball too easy and getting too many chances away. At the moment, teams are just not capitalising on the chances they're getting. But eventually, teams will start scoring against you. And then you've got an uphill. Every game will be an uphill battle. See, brought on by yourself, I think. But as I say, this is his style of football he's playing. Warburton played this, and what do you call him? Clement played this type of football as well. I don't know about this. It's a new style, and Tavernier says, "Oh, let's just play this style." It's a different style. No, it's not. It's the exact same style we've been playing before. Warburton done it when he came at first. Then that was his plan. His plan B, day plan A, better carry on. But if this is the way we're going to go, I mean, I don't know about you, but it's no enjoyable to watch for me. It really isn't.
Well, that game as a Rangers supporter, as we said, mate, before we came on air, mate, an absolutely fantastic result. If I said to you that was going to be the result before the game, you'd have snapped your hand off. But we're only critiquing what we've seen as a performance, and we can't come on here and say we played well. Listen, Gassama, I gave Rothwell pass marks. Even he get caught in the ball a couple of times, I didn't give anybody else in my team. Maybe Raskin, mate, and he passed the ball poorly at times, but his endeavour, and I don't know about if we're getting the best out of Nico in that position. And after that, I don't think anybody else got pass marks. There was periods, but everybody done okay, passed the ball, a nice wee touch or whatever, but collectively they were poor, apart from the goalkeeper. So you get the goalkeeper, and then you get Rothwell and maybe Raskin, and then the rest mistakes, dilly-dally with the ball, can't clear the lines. I mean, there was one thing somebody gave up. Diamandi, who we know is not a bad football player, who I thought was pretty anonymous tonight, gets the ball and runs it out the park, mate. That summed the whole night up, mate. Summed it up.
Aye, only from a football point of view. It's the result that matters. So,
yes,
so anybody listening to us, we're not being that half showing the team. We're happy that they actually get through. Obviously, we are. But you've got to face facts, man. It was a sad watch for me at times, but we get through. We had played some nice football now and again, but too little.
I think as the game went on, mate, the heat affected both teams. Because when we scored the goal, they sort of died the pace and all, didn't they?
Aye,
the last in for everybody.
The last 10 minutes, they were dead, mate. They were just dead. So I was happy about that. Don't get me wrong, because we were dead and all, but I was happy that they were dead. I said to you today, I mean, that heat's going to affect them just as much as it's going to affect us. And that's the way it turned. They looked like 20-odd tired players out there. They really did. They looked knackered, totally knackered. But anyway, we get through, and that's all I care about. As for Raskin, I'll give Raskin or Butland the man of the match. Folks were saying Daniil worked his socks off, and he did. You got to give him credit for it. He ran about mental all night, mate. Mental.
Aye, and it should have been off at least 10 minutes before. Yeah, he'd ran his race, mate. He'd ran his race.
But having said that, he's the one that took the two. I think he took the two shots, and it broke to Gassman to put it away. So he done his bit.
What a finish.
Oh, aye. It's top class. Top draw stuff, that one, mate. That was a beauty. And that's him paid his transfer money. The 2 goals he scored in this qualifier. That's him paid his transfer money back already.
Aye.
That's what I'm looking at that.
I'll tell you what we also have to do. If Aarons and Suter are going to be in our team, if the manager picks them, right? Yeah. If he picks them, we have to get people on the right side of the park, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, two of them to that left side.
Yeah, it's not right, it's no fair, and we're hindering, we're hindering our team. Right, I think we'll get the phone lines open, but I'm after us to salt. Mr. Fox is just counting up how much it could be potentially worth to us, because you're now guaranteed knockout football to January, mate, now, which we weren't Panathinaikos something now, yeah. And so it's worth a lot of money to the club, and hopefully the dominoes start going with people getting out and people coming in, and we get more quality in, their bodies in. The fact that we never used 5 subs tonight. Yeah, I think you've got to look at that. You've got to try and use your 5 because of the heat, but maybe he's frightened to put them on early in case they get the second goal and you're going to extra time. I get all that, understand all that, but I'm saying you need to change it.
Well, you see how concerned he was when we had to put Jeffrey on. I mean, you see what he's saying to him. He's battering it into him. Because he's not totally 100% trusting him and saying, I don't think you know what you're doing. So he's talking to him. He has to put him on. He needs to get legs on the park. And he's banging his chest and telling him now, don't, for Christ's sake, don't lose concentration. But Jeffrey's due. He done all right when he came on. He never done anything brilliant, but he done all right.
Well, there was one I guess I should have slipped him in. And let's talk about Big Dessers, who could have been the hero, mate. Big Desser's done it. Big Desser's done, wasn't it? Great run. Played through. He's there, you're thinking, go on, you be the hero, mate. Oh, help me.
See, this is I've got my problem. I've got with people like Dessers. They open up their body. The keeper's going down and he's leaning to the left. He's doing in length, leaning to the left. Put it in the other corner. They've both done it all the time. Great goal scorers do this. They put the keeper down, lose his balance and put it in the opposite corner. But everybody thinks they need to bend it in that far corner. You do if the keeper stands still and stands straight. But you don't if you've got him down. If you've got him bending down and leaning that way, put it in the opposite corner. And I'm saying he's going to do it. No, he doesn't. He just follows his instinct, tries to put it in the far corner. Anyway, he could have been a hero, as you say. He really could have. Doesn't matter. He's a hero now. They're all heroes, aren't they? Through.
Aye. Here's one for you. What was the sentence? Tim Donovan, which might be Jim, but it says so it might be a typo. Superb goal by Gassama. Aaron's looked out of place on the left. We agree totally. Looked great on the right. I don't know if he looked great, but he looked more comfortable. Too many sloppy passes. If we start to finish, mate, couldn't agree more, Mr. Donovan. Yeah. Listen, Albert, we'll get the phone lines open. Let's hear from you. Come and join us in a night when we progress in Europe.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yes, good night for the Rangers off the pitch because we progress. Not our greatest performance, but it doesn't matter, Albert.
Does not matter a jot, mate. Does not matter a jot. But their fans will be, to be fair to them, their fans will be sitting tonight going, how did we get put out in that tie? They'll be sitting scratching their head going, how did we manage to lose the first game and draw the second game? I mean, if I was them, that's what I'd be saying. How did they beat us? How were there and how did they actually draw here tonight? It's nuts, mate. It's just, but that's football. It's supposed to be like this, unpredictable. It's supposed to be. It doesn't. The favourite doesn't always get through. I don't even think they were the favourites. What the heck? We were the favourites. But aye, it's strange game. You need a lot of luck in football. A bit of luck anyway. But that goal we deserved to get a draw or win any game. That was a beauty of a goal, and it took it so well, didn't it? Their goal was. I actually thought their goal was offside. When they showed you the first bit, I was like, oh, that's going to be close. But see if you actually keep an eye on when the boys actually kick, the guy's offside. The guy is offside. So they're taking it as soon as the guy puts his foot up to the ball. But the boy's not kicked yet. It's when the boy's kicked.
But again, it's for centre half and the right centre half who's other than the left inside the left back in the centre half out of position. Darling, mate, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If he's in line with the rest of the team, he's offside. But however, I think it was a wee bit of fluke, and mate, it was no more than they deserved. And you think you were fearing the worst then, mate, because we didn't look as if we got up the park, and we did. And we scored a good goal. And after that, okay, they had moments, but did they have a good as chance as Dessers had, mate?
Well, they did. The whip one across and nobody could go on the end of it, know what I mean? But I suppose then they weren't in control. Dessers was in control of that one.
Aye. They had opportunities, but the chances, they had a couple of cutbacks, but the biggest miss they had was one in the first half, wasn't it? When it was rolled to the boy.
Unbelievable. I mean, how do you miss that? I don't know how you missed that. But anyway, I'm glad he did. But we're getting 9 corners and we get 4. You ever seen 13 mere crap corners in your life? Anyway, thank God they're crap at corners.
We're trying to take the goalkeeper out. I get that, and we're going to the back post for usually Suter and Raskin, who's one of either. Yeah. I mean, they half a chance in the first half as well with young Curtis. If he'd have told Pope that in, he'd have been saying that he's a sniffer, isn't he?
Aye, he was disappointed, didn't he? So,
his face told you, wasn't it?
See the best header we've got a ball in the opposition area. It's weird asking. It's incredible.
Without a doubt, mate. Without a doubt.
It's absolutely. He always seems to get his head on it. With them, he's going to get his head on it. It'll be him. Suter, when the
you
ball's
don't
going
need
deep
to
for
like,
Suter, you look at Suter, he never looks comfortable going up for the ball. No, I mean, he's trying to get up and it's always just out of his head. He's never right above it, steering it back across with power, accuracy. It's just, I've got my head there, I've done my job. It's a standard below what we need, put it that way.
well, but somebody sent me a text. That whole back four tonight, none of them are contracted to be with us as of next season. I know this one's just started. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. It will be sorted out.
Yes. I thought Diamandi was isolated again with the system. I don't think we're getting the best out of him and Raskin, mate. I think they're isolated in midfield and there's a big hole and they two aren't close to each other. Yeah.
Aye, you're right, mate. You're right. It's there's big holes all over the place. Let's be honest about it. You're right. If we seem to isolate everybody, you take, as you said earlier on, they take a pass and they all look isolated when they get the pass. Well, they get the pass when the guy's right up them. You're getting up. I mean, Suter's bad for that one, giving a guy the ball. And you're like, you're not even giving the ball such a way that we've got a 60-40 chance of retaining it. You're giving it as at best we're going to get 50-50, and at worst it's 60-40 in favour of the opposition. Honestly, I mean, it's obvious they're following instructions.
Aye. And how many times did he come out with the ball there out of the two games, mate? Come out into the step out and then take an extra touch, miscontrol it, get the ball too careful, and they were right in tappies. Yeah. They were all guilty. Aaron's didn't pass the ball as bad tonight. He didn't start the game well
Well, the one to get caught out in the first half.
Aye, when it bounced for Suter.
When him and Suter get confused of who was going for the ball, but he got to the ball before the opposition player, and the guy just basically ran through him, and I was like, "That's weak, son. That is weak. How can you let the forward get the better of there? I mean, no, that's just crap."
Anyway, we've been joined by Smurf. Evening, Smurf.
Hi there, Ox. I was on mute there, sorry.
How you doing, mate?
No bad. I only caught the second half.
Oh, you were lucky, mate. You seen the good half.
But for what I saw, I just felt that when Rothwell went off and the boy Aarons went out to the right-hand side of the pitch and Jeff they came on, Raskin dropped deep into his natural number 6 role. I just think the whole thing just looked a bit more natural and a bit more balanced, you know. And he sort of played a bit better then. And
I think the game opened up, Smurf, and they were running. The two teams were both rapidly running out of steam.
Oh, aye. It was the end of the game, and you know it's hot climate, and they've run their race. You know, they shot their bolts around, but no. One thing I did notice was you've got that thing where the centre half, Tav tucks in and they go to a 3, and then you've got Suter striding out. There's nobody dropping deep to take the ball, or even just as a decoy run, so he can play a ball in behind. There's nothing. There's none of that. It's almost as if the players are all scared to no be where they're expected to be, if you know what I mean. And then Suter's got nothing on. In fact, the only thing he's got on is a straight pass. And that might sound simple, but it's not an easy thing to do, because you need players to gain you angles and stuff like that. And then, of course, he's overstretching, or he tries to check back. He's running into trouble. He loses the ball. And then the game's behind him now. And this was happening, time and again. Whatever this magical system he's got in his mind, the manager, for me, I think we could ship a barrel loads of goals against the clinical opposition, and it's no working. And it's only early days. We're only a couple of competitive games in. I get that, and we've not had much of a pre-season, but
the pre-season's done now, mate. We'll be 2 real competitive games, and we will be fitter for the 2 ties, mate. And I think the pre-season done, because the season starts, we've got to be in the right place. We've played 2 bounce games, 2 behind closed door games. We've been in St George's Park, and we've had 2 European ties, mate. We've had 6 games of football for the squad to get fit. We recognise that all this stuff has been done off the park, but try to get rid of people we don't want, and they're working on that hard. The media has grown, and obviously the night with a guarantee of revenue, you can then go forward quicker than you might have done while some of these players were still here. Because we couldn't be caught with a double whammy. We signed all these players, and then many of these guys move on, because ultimately they don't have to.
No, they don't have to, but as I say, and I keep harping on about it, we can't let them hold the club back by just being here and no playing, and that's what they're doing. We've no choice. So we've got to overspend, and not so much overspend, but we've got to overpopulate our squad to get this moving. We'll have zero choice in that matter. Either that, or you sit with these players and play the team you played last season and bring in some boys into it, and that's basically it. And that's getting us nowhere. That is getting we're running into a cul-de-sac with that one. Some of these players are going next year, most of them, no most of them, but a lot of them were on 2 years ago. Can't afford it, mate. Can't afford to can't afford to let them sit there, and we can't afford to let them slow us right down. But if they don't want to move, that's exactly what we'll have to do. So we'll have to keep them, ignore them, and say, okay, you've got your contract, you'll sit there, but we're going for other players. That's why you're sitting with this big bulky squad. That's why you're sitting with a wage bill. It'll be quite frightening to see now. But at the end of the day, it's got to be done, mate. I don't see any other way of doing it. And it's down to bad management bringing them in on these contracts and these wages. And nobody will touch them because of their high wages. And some of the transfer fees that's getting bandied about for some of these players is ridiculous. I mean, it's millions and millions of pounds we're losing just on transfer fees. They're talking about Davis, 750,000 to Birmingham. I mean, he's a £2 million, £3 million player all day long, mate. And you're talking about Cifuentes to try to get rid of him, but they're holding out for him. But basically, you'll get less than his market value. He's another 2, 3, maybe even a £4 million player. He is. So you're sitting looking, going, there's £7 million supposed we should be bringing into the club to drive us forward. And instead of that, we're doing what we've done last year, a bargain basement, clear it. You just get rid of players.
The trouble is, mate, your point about the inflated wages, and that's a whole show on its own, mate. The inflated wages means that other teams taking them are saying, well, they're no paying twice, they're no matching the wages, they're no paying, so you want rid of them to save wages. That's the problem. But we'll see where we go. I get you. I think I'll be interested to see who goes and how they go. When I say that, Smurf, I mean loans are out the door permanently. My preference is out the door permanently, mate, and move on. Yeah.
I've got to, but if you get players on hyperinflated wages, which sometimes we have to pay a premium to attract them to the league, that was always the reason given. And then it doesn't work out. As you say yourself, they've got 2 years to run the contract or whatever. So the club take them. So the Rangers are wanting a transfer fee, but they're not going to pay the wages. So it ends up any transfer fee. They've either got to pay the player off, cut the transfer fee. You know, the player's got to recoup his money. He's not going to give money away. He's, especially guys that are getting towards their 30s. Maybe it's their last big move or whatever, and you're moving out of Rangers. There's only one way, that's down the way. You're going to earn less money, so they're going to want paid off. So it doesn't matter what way you skin it.
It's a perfect storm against us. Let's go back to the night. If you take the results in isolation, we've won the tie 3-1. That's what the stats tell. That's what the stats tell us, Alberg. You can't argue with that. But with eyes on the line of anybody, there's we need some personnel in, and we need to be smarter. Yeah, or we're going to ship goals. Because we're not making a lot of chances near our old bear, let's be honest.
No, we're not. I agree with Smurf. This magical system, I really don't know what it is. I'm just sitting watching the user or sitting watching it, and I'm no tactical genius, but I can't
I'm here,
what we're trying to do. I can't work out what you're trying to do. Going, there is times that you do what they're doing to break the press, and if it works, we get through. I understand that, but when you're watching players getting closed down the way we're getting closed down, and like Dowell's a good example there. He doesn't pass the ball, mate. He's getting rid of the ball. He's giving you the ball, but it's, I don't want it. Here, you take it. I'm boxed in. You're going, I can understand if he passes and moves, but he doesn't. He just passes. Well, I'll say get rid of it. He just gets rid of it. And there's a couple like that. You're going, you're not passing the ball right. That's for sure. He's looking and dithering on the ball and going forward. And he's right. There's nobody to pass to. So if there's nobody to pass to, what are they saying in training? Because the players, certainly must be going, right, what do you want me to do if I'm going up the park and I've not got him to open, I'm getting no pass, what have I to do? Because he seems to want to dictate them every pass they do. So you say, would you tell me what I have to do here? Because it's happening a lot. So if I hit it long, or if I put it back to the keeper, if it's just to turn round and play it square, what do you want me to do? I want a clear instruction what you want me to do. Because what he's doing at the moment is getting that square, that straight pass, and it's getting picked off. The player's getting slammed in at the back and picked off.
I've got a cross. I've been joined by Darren. Evening, Darren.
How are you doing? You okay, pal?
Good to hear from you, mate. How are you?
Long time. I'm not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Just I thought I'd give an opinion on the season so far, if that's okay, mate.
All right, mate. But I just want to tell you, I've got my work in the morning, but carry on.
No, but the thing for me is just I mean, yeah, we got through now. We all know what's happened and stuff, but I've been a long time fan, as many people have, but I just don't think the way that Russell Martin is trying to implement his tactics is working. And I'll kind of elaborate on that, because I don't think the inverted fullbacks system is working, because we're relying on Aarons, who is not having a great time at us, and Tav to come into the kind of position where Raskin and Diamande should be, and they're pushing it wide, and it's just not working. It's proven tonight. How many times do we get the ball out for the back and we try and break forward and it breaks down in the middle of the park, and it's just not working? And I just hope that we start to realise either it's the players, or I don't know what's happening. Do we know what's going on? Can people see this?
Yeah, listen, we played better our European ties and lost ties, mate, out of the two-piece. It's great,
Agreed.
Fantastic for the club that we're through. The positives is Gazamas come on and influenced both games with two fantastic goals in both games. Jack Butland's form's positive. Rothwell looks as if he's neat and tidy, but that's causing us not to get the best out of Raskin. So the rest of the players, the centre half, Giga, some good, some bad. When he's defending, he shows there's no man he's going to outpace him, but he gets caught dallying in the ball. So it's a possession problem with a centre half, same as you talked about, Suter. Collectively, the rest have been poor.
Yeah, I think the question is, Ox, really, and let's be honest, I mean, are we happy with the play style that he's trying to implement? And are we happy with the players we've got now can produce that on the park? I don't think we can. And are we happy in the players we all know we've been linked with? Are we happy with the players we've been linked with and going to improve that play style? And that's a big, massive concern for me, because I don't want to go to. I'd rather not. This might sound daft, but I don't want to get a Champions League and get battered. No matter what the money is, I'd rather just stay in Europa League and just try and consolidate. And I don't know, but I don't want to get battered and be a mockery of it was a couple of years ago in the Champions League. And do we trust Martin?
You'll get exposed if you've got that personnel playing like that.
It's scary. It's scary, mate.
Wait a minute, Darren. The Champions League's non-negotiable, mate. It's just non-negotiable. It's not about football, as you well know. The Champions League's about money. That's just all about money. Forget
and
about
is that what we're focusing on? Is that the focus on Old Bear?
That's what it is, mate. That's what it is. Everybody's kidding themselves. I'm all across the city. It's the same. They're all kidding themselves on with this Champions League. We're going to improve and we're going to do something. No Scottish team and no very many British teams are going to advance in the Champions League any further than they normally do. I'm talking about the clubs.
I've got full faith in this mob, Fortnite mob. I think that in 2 or 3 seasons, if we do keep progressing, I think we can start progressing as a club. Compared to what that fucking mob have done. Apologies. Compared to what that mob have done, I think we can start. I think we can do a lot better than they have, because they have regressed. Whereas I think 49ers will progress if we can progress as a club, and I sincerely hope we do.
Well, Foxy's fag packet Mars, and he's struggling at the moment because he's had a works accident all there.
He opened his wallet.
No, that's got a mousetrap in it, mate. But he was going for some batteries to sort. He had a technical problem for the show, and he had to get some batteries to replace for his mouse. And he keeps his batteries where he stores his Stanley blades. Yes, you guys about Stanley last night. So he's had a works accident. So we've got the lawyers involved, mate. Where there's blame, there's a claim, yeah.
Oh, competent.
Yeah, you always fold it out, mate, yeah. Anyway, I'll come back to you, Darren, but we've been joined by one of the senior citizens, young David. Evening, David.
Hello, guys. How are you? I can't believe my ears listen to the absolute dribble about that result. That is fabulous. Out of this world. $5 million in the bank, into the next round, and you're moaning about what style he's playing. The guy's just in the door. Get a grip of yourselves. Okay, that's my moan out.
All right, thank you, David. I'll let Albert come back to you.
Where are you on? Are you snorting the Maltesers now, mate? You can't say that's a good performance, that. Come on, you behave yourself. That's
a great result,
mate.
A great result.
Oh, absolutely. We did say that. None of you are criticising the result, but you can't say that.
What would you have said? Hold on. What would you have said if they get beat?
Wait a minute. If we're all going to talk at once, it's not going to work. Somebody's got noise in the background, so you're on a mobile. Put your phone and listen for your name. David, then I'll go back to Darren. On you go, David.
You're right. I'm pointing out that as a result, it matters. That you can't judge this guy and look that. I don't like the system either. I mean, we rode with luck, but what are you on about?
Just killed yourself there, Davey.
You slaughtered us for saying this, and you say you don't like the system.
I never get a chance. No.
I'm going to say it again. If you're all going to talk at the same time, it's not going to work and it becomes a farce. Right? Yellow card, Davey. Albert, you should know better. Davey, make your point.
I'm not saying any more because they're interrupting me.
No.
Right. Albert, right to reply, then we'll go to Darren.
We always say, David, the result's brilliant. It is. There's no doubt about it. It is all about results. And it's not going to be about results all season, mate. All we're pointing out is we're going to get the results playing like this. Because eventually we're going to take a tanking. Some teams, because the system he's trying to play, and I don't know if I like it or don't like it or think it. I don't understand it. I don't understand what we're doing half the time. But I know one thing. If you keep giving chances to teams, are eventually going to start scoring against you. And then it's an uphill. Every game you play will be an uphill battle. I mean, if you're going 1-2, I mean, Clement done it last season, kept going 2-0 down. We kept trying to fight back for 2-0. Even Ferguson had it. 2-0 down and started fighting back. Are we going to go through that? Oh, this again? Give every team a two goalie a start and then start playing some nice football. I don't understand what he's trying to do, but that's all I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with what he's doing. I just don't understand it. And I don't think, me personally, what I'm saying right now, I don't think that's a recipe for winning things. I might be wrong, mate. I hope I'm wrong.
And you come, Darren?
Yeah, I just echo Albert, mate. I'm so happy we got through. I think everyone is. But I just don't see us competing with a higher level of opposition than Panathinaikos. With the style that he's trying to implement and the players that we have, more so the players that we have than the style. I love the style. I'm all for that style of play. The way that PSG play, but we don't have the players who can play to that style right now, and I'd love us to, but we don't have it. And I just echo a single thing that Albert just said.
Oh, Davey, I would like to pointing out, we started the show by saying we're absolutely delighted with the result. We're
Correct.
critiquing the football, the performance.
Right. Now, you're talking about the style of PSG. That guy's just starting a team here. He's just starting a team. He's got a lot. The jigsaw puzzle still going to be all filled up.
Agreed.
And you're starting moaning about his style. Wait, to give him a chance. I don't go by what the night. We've not been having any luck at all for years. And now we're through in the European Cup. And everybody had us in the bin tonight. In the bin. So I'm over the moon.
David, I appreciate that, mate, and I agree with you. I said a draw tonight, and I was right in what I said. So I'd say boys on work, but I'm just saying going forward, we need to improve. That's all I'm trying to say, mate, because if you play against, like the way you played tonight against a much higher opposition in the Champions League, we're going to get battered. That's all I'm trying to say, mate. I don't want that. I don't want that. That's all I'm saying.
Thing you come, mate.
So it doesn't matter how well we played or what the result was. Being at Rangers, is always about continuous improvement. That's not what we're talking about here. So that's not really the issue. The issue is this system that he's insistent on. And he's almost dictatorial about it, and the players don't appear to have any freedom to be their natural selves. Right? See, when you come up against right strong opposition, you're going to get absolutely leathered. And all it's going to have is a negative impact on players that just look like some of them just don't know what they're supposed to be doing, or they're playing with fear of being out of position or not in the right place. And all it seems on all night was square passes.
Yes.
And that's because they're ensuring they're geographically on that pitch, depending on the phase of play that man wants.
I like that. Write that down, Albert. Write that down.
Don't you worry. In big and bold print, I've got that geographically.
Write that down. Geographically in the right
I've underlined it as well. He's right,
what that means, just so you know, David, because I know you're not the brightest, that means you're out of position.
If I can say one more thing, Ox, if I can, mate. Me personally, I think it's the inverted fullback system does not work with the players that we have. And I'd love it to, because I like the idea, but we don't have it.
I didn't see as much of that tonight, or as always being a tactic as we've seen in the first game at Ibrox, mate. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Darren, when I was watching it, I was watching Aaron, so you didn't see him. Yes, there was times I get you were tapping him in, but it wasn't as always a tactic as it was in the first leg at Ibrox yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Aye. But I think, look, right, let's just say we didn't play as well as we could. If we're being fair, the heat was an issue. I get all that. Mm-hmm. We're going to change our personnel. 2 of our back 4 are playing on the right side of the pitch. That's all fact, yeah. We've got young Curtis playing there, who gives you everything he got, and could have been a hero tonight again if he just top box that one in. Yeah. He's coming in, and we don't know how it's going to go with his career. We wish him all the best. But we've got a boy coming and he's getting fitter and fitter and fitter, who's definitely got technique. Casimir, we've seen it with the 2 goals, and we've seen that he's got pace. He's raw, and we'll see where that takes us with him. We don't know what's going to happen with the centre forwards. Danilo, I accept he worked hard with very little service. The problem is that there seems to be a disconnect, Davey, and I'll come back to you. The way in the midfield, and we want Raskin to be in the ball because he's our best player. And sometimes when he's playing in that left side of the midfield, mate, he's not getting on the ball as often as he was when he was playing more central. So you've affected his game. Even though I thought there were outfield players apart from Gassama, I thought he was our best player without being outstanding. Yeah, but David, we would have sounded silly if we'd have come on here and said delighted with the result and delighted with the performance, because we were critiquing the 90 minutes. We know all the stuff that you're saying. We agree with the heat, new team. He's got to find his feet. He's got to see who he trusts. We get all that, but on a standalone, and I'll bring Albert in, and then back to you, Davey. On a standalone, we're only critiquing that 90 minutes. And over the piece in that 90 minutes, we were fortunate, and I'm being kind. Albert.
I agree with that. let's get it straight. I mean, I'm right behind the manager. I'm totally 100% behind him. I'll give him all the time he needs. I was behind Clement as well. I don't think sacking manager, get rid of manager, and everything gets blamed on the manager. But you've got to look at what we're watching here. And the night, I wouldn't say other chances, but I would say about 70% of their chances was gifted through our bad play and what we're trying to do. And I agree we've no got the players like Paris Saint-Germain's got, but he keeps wanting to play that. That's fine. If he wants to play it, he wants to play it, and get the players to play it. If it all comes out and we go and win the league and win cups and all that, and it's successful, well, carry on. I'm more than happy. But I'm telling you right now, I don't know about the way you've watched it, but the way I watch it, my blood pressure went through the roof, by the way, watching that. And I'm going, especially the first half, you're saying, Christ's sake, what are we doing, man? Can't get it in my head what we're trying to do. What are you doing? I mean, there's one point there, the one that the really bad mistake done in the first half. I mean, the big centre half, big De Gea gets it, and he gives it to Tab. Tab's asking for it. Tab gets it, and he's not aware there's a guy right behind him. Guy next in takes the ball in. He's right in the area, squares it, and the boy puts it out of the bar. I mean, that's bonkers. That's just bonkers. And you're going, what? You can't tell me they're working on that in training. I know Martin will tell you we didn't work on that in training. So what do you do with Harvey? What are you saying? What are you guessing for the ball for? And you're not aware with the players run about you. I know we have to be brave in the ball, but being stupid on the ball is another thing. You know, I mean, the two of them know the same thing. And I think some of them are just being stupid on the ball. And you're getting madness, total madness, mate. We're not going to get away with it. So anyway, hopefully improves.
We've been joined by Mark. Mate. Evening, Mark.
Yeah, evening all. How you all doing? This will be the first and most probably the last time I ever say this, but old Davey's the only one on here talking any sense tonight, guys. He's absolutely nailed it coming in. You've got to remember, this is Russell Martin's second professional game in charge of Rangers, so they're all finding their feet. They've drawn the most difficult Champions League opponents we possibly could have at this stage, and I don't know how we did it, but we've just worked our way towards a 3-1 victory. And now, lads, we're playing Victoria Pilsen. They've just beat Servette 3-1, so we're going to the Czech Republic. So, yeah, my emotions right now are somewhere between astonishment and delight, to be honest with you. I don't know how we did that. I agree with a lot of the points, but I think we've got to lay off them a wee bit, lads.
But if only we used somebody booked up for Servette, all better.
Oh, no, that's a sore one. That's a sore one. Non-refundable.
But no, absolutely tremendous result for the Rangers tonight. Like the only sort of paradigms I've got to relate it to is maybe Walter Smith's kind of 3-0 victory in Lyon. Like, we were absolutely up against it. What was it, 16, 17 chances they had, and Butland, he played really well, so hopefully he's found his form again. I honestly think like the sort of back eight picked themselves, apart from the left back. Clearly we need a left back. That probably the strangest decision I've seen was Russell Martin starting Kieran Dowell after, watching him through the friendlies and his prior history at Rangers. I don't think that front three start, to be honest with you. I think it's Assman, or whatever his name is, the Norwegian boy, and Egamani. So I think that'll be the front three with the same back eight, probably until we get a better left back, and then it'll be rotation, Tav and Aarons.
So, Mark, if I can interject, sorry.
You carry on, mate.
Yeah, so you're saying about you don't like Dowell at right back and you don't like our left back. That means that you played tonight with 9 men, and I agree with what you said, because Aarons is not a left back and Dowell is not a right wing. So that's what I'm trying to explain. We need to change our system and our setup, and I believe we will do better if we can change those. We can't put square pegs in round holes, and that's what we're doing right now with those two. I appreciate your sentiment.
We're also doing it sure. But I mean, listen, Dowell playing last week was a surprise to a lot of people. And maybe what he's saying is we've not got the personnel log there, and we need bodies because he doesn't fancy what we've got. Because look, Dowell wasn't the worst tonight. He wasn't the best. He along with the rest of the team, he didn't play well. But however, we're through. We're through.
Yeah.
We're
Mark,
through. To be fair to Dowell, by the way, these two games, defensively, he done well. Going forward, he done nothing.
Cleared the ball,
Defensively, he done well.
But his lack of pace is an issue if you're going to go to the next level on it. His lack of pace is a big problem. We play at the level we're trying to get to. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mark, listen, look, listen, we've got a helpline if you can use after the show's finished, mate, because when you agree with old Davey, you'll get issues, and there'll be somebody there to talk to you and try to help you. Right?
First and last time.
So we're not trying to, we're not disagreeing. We're delighted all being all bit, but we can't come on and say we played well tonight. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, it's a fantastic result. I mean, last week was the first time we'd ever beat a Greek. What was it? What did I hear the start of the night? That's 10 times we played against a Greek team, and we've won twice. I think was that was said it was half time. I don't know if I picked that up right. And one of them was last week. Yeah.
Oh, Panathinaikos has never been beat by a Scottish team.
So there you go. We're breaking records already. I agree with a lot of the points, genuinely. Like, we're all finding our feet. The inverted wing backs for me do not work, and I'm really glad they curtailed that tonight. It looked more like a flat back four, and I don't know, I actually disagree. I think they looked worse when we went to a 5-3-2. I tell you though, the boy Gassama, he looks like a find, so hopefully Martin's got an eye for a player, or Thelwell, or whoever it is that's recruiting. And yeah, what's the, is it Asgard? I hope when we see him, he sounds like he's a player. So yeah, Igamani, Asgard and Gassama, they're all finding their feet, to be fair. And to be fair, the central midfielder, Rothwell, he looks good too. So yeah, hopefully we get a good left back and we a better front three. We start to fall into place a wee bit more with Russell Ball.
Here.
Yeah, Russell Pump. Smurf, in you come, and then we'll go back to the brains of the show, all Davey. Smurf?
No, it's all a work in progress. Players will leave, players will come in. Hopefully something clicks. But the shape and stuff like that, to me, just doesn't look good. I'm delighted with the result. I was sceptical we would get it, so I'm over the moon. But we did not play well. We rode our luck. And, well, do you know what? Sometimes you get a rub of the blue, and delighted with that. Anyway, I'm going to check out, guys, so I'll catch you later. Take it easy.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, Smurf.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Smurf.
And you come, Davey boy. And you come.
Aye, tell that gentleman he knows what he's talking about.
He's a good character.
It's the best show in town. This is the best show in town. And if you ever want so many assistant managers to come on and they should all be running the team themselves, but they can't because they talk all the months. But anyway, that was just for a wee joke. Right, we are in a position where we're just, he can see what we can see. And if he doesn't change that, then we've got a concern, guys. And that's, you can't be, we're not at that point yet.
It's a pleasing point, David, that last week he said the team will look different in 5 weeks' time as it did. Was that the hint that there's bodies coming in? Yeah?
Oh, 100%. He knows that himself. When he got interviewed, I don't know if that, I think he gets supposedly sent off at half time. And when he went up there and he got interviewed after the match, he says, I've seen a lot of things I liked and I've seen a lot of things I wasn't happy with. And that just, to me, is what we've all been talking about tonight. So he'll know what he's got to do. I mean, you have so many players out of position there. And you had a young boy about 19 playing in that environment. You know, that was a marvellous result. I'm over the moon.
Looks as if we're signing a 17-year-old boy tomorrow, mate.
Aye, what about me, the merrier.
Right, I mean, fantastic night for the club, Albert. Fantastic night for the club because of the revenue and the guaranteed revenue, which is different if you don't get through. Yeah, you're then gambling. So as far as the finances of the club are concerned, it's a big positive, mate. Yes.
Absolutely, 100%. Great result. Nice wee check in the bank. Lovely jubbly going forward. But that's as far as it goes for the night. Because what we were supposed to do the night, come on and say, oh, great result, which it was. We're through to the next round. Wonderful, happy, and then that's it. Because you look at the game, you cannot honestly say we played well. You can't say that. So what do we say? We don't say it. Don't say we didn't play well. Just leave it at that. So you got to say, you got to critique the game. That's what you're doing. You're not critiquing the manager, and you're critiquing the system because we need is understand it. But there you go. It's another thing for another day. But the game itself, the Rangers' point of view, wasn't good. It wasn't good. And I'll tell you, their supporters, they must, as I said earlier on, their supporters must be sitting going, how did we get beat? And how did we draw a game? It's crazy. But I'm glad they did. And it's just what it's football, it? It happens that way.
Look, for the last few minutes of the show, if you're not speaking, you're on the phone, can you go and mute that, Davey? We think we're getting some noise for you, mate. Just, you'll not hear it, Davey, but we can, mate. Right, Mark, come back in, mate, because look, it is a fantastic result for the club. Financially, I'm not denying that. I'm really chuffed when the final whistle. In fact, when Gassama scored that goal, you know, as delighted as you would be in a normal European tie when you're scored away for him in these circumstances, you might be under the cosh. I think the frustration came for the performance. The under the cosh was more to do with us making wrong decisions and not being able to pass the ball a lot of the time. I mean, there wasn't much where they cut us open with right good play. It was errors, mate.
Completely agree with all of that. I think, like, Albert, I think we just got to lay off Russell a wee touch. We can't do what we do with all these managers and string him up before he starts. You know, this is his second game in charge, and yeah, he's got a squad that's probably not ideal for his style of football, and he's having to work this as he goes. Yeah, I completely agree, Oxjar. Like, a lot of that was uncomfortable watching. I think the Greeks as well, like their record was really poor from a finishing perspective last year. I think they had a very low goal scored average, and you know, you can see that in spades. Like Jack Butland played well, but they missed loads as well. And I think, yeah, in the first half of the first leg, you know, we could have been easily 3 down. So the reality of the situation is that, yeah, we rode our luck, but you're better lucky than good in some respects, you know. And that's what I mean. We're only the second game, and don't forget that. It's, you know, these friendlies are absolutely meaningless. That team will never play together. The Middles, the one that played against Middlesbrough, that is an appalling team. You know, hopefully we get rid of most of them, to be fair. So I think he's just got to keep improving, just let the team knit together. Hopefully we get a left back in, because that's a gaping omission. I think we all agree. I think the midfield looks good. I think the rest of the back four look okay, and I just think he needs to start against Motherwell, Asgard, Gassman, and Igamani. I mean, Dessers, I just laughed when Dessers ran through. That is typical Cyril Dessers, isn't it? That's what you get. He's an enigma.
Yeah. Albert, and then Darren.
That's true. Dessers enigma, definitely true. But just to let you know, Mark, I'm not picking on Russell Martin. I'm right behind him. But we can't let him off scot-free with performances like this. He'll know it, but he needs to know we know it as well. So you can't just blindly follow him down an alley without saying, hold on a minute, what's happening? What we doing? He needs to. We need to improve overall. The team need to improve overall, and some of the basics they need to improve on. Not just the system, just some of the basics, like passing. some of the passing is dreadful at times, but I'll give him every chance in the world. I'm right behind him, and I think he'll do well. I think once he gets settled in, he'll definitely do well. No doubt about that.
But that's the thing, like, it's game 2 right now, and I must admit, like, some of the passing, it looks brilliant when it comes off, in terms of the one-touch playing in really tight spaces and, you know, making openings, key passes and things like that. He will look embarrassed when it doesn't, though. because we've not really been caught out too much, and certainly when we have been caught out, we've not been penalised for it. So yeah, I agree. It's not the most comfortable watch when I'm texting my friends. You know, I would say I'm kind of 70% negative with what I'm watching, 30% positive. But here, he's done the business in the first leg. We're in minimum of the Europa League, you know, and we just need to try and get into the Champions League now. My personal opinion on that, I would take the money all day long. If that extra 20 million gets you an extra 2 quality players and gets you closer in the league, that's what we need to do. And I know we'll take a few scuddings along the way, but I think just take the money and run.
Yeah, well, for the message for Andrew Glennon, happy days. The main thing is we're through. I think we all agree with that. It's all about the results. I get that. But the passing at times is painful to watch. Yep, Mulberry needs a new count. The amount of times we couldn't pass the ball, simple ball 5 yards, is worrying. Yeah. And I get it as the game went on, as players may be tired and the heat becomes a big factor, because you do some mental things when you're knackered, especially in that heat. But we're talking about at times when the start of the game, mid through the first half, when people have had their second wind, etc. So all that comes into play. But a fantastic result for the club. And by the way, you get a new friend tonight. If you want Davey's number, just hang on. He likes to get his number out. You get a new one.
I want Davey's window cleaner's number, Ox. I want Davey's window cleaner's number.
She's moved jobs now. She's is it fridge cleaning she does now, Davey?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. What was that?
Your window cleaner, it's fridge cleaning she does now, isn't it?
Aye, she's hung up her chamois. She can't get up the ladder anymore.
Right,
by the way, can I just say, sorry for interrupting.
Yes.
I'd just like to compliment all the Rangers troops that went there, and I hope they drink Athens dry tonight, because they deserve it.
Yeah.
And can I just salute the real football fans that'll be watching Servette in the next round? All bird knows where I'm coming.
Oh, that's a sore one, mate. That is a sore one. It's non-refundable, remember.
Shakhtar Donetsk will be a sore one.
For them. Listen, Darren, look, sum up where we are, because look, that's all part now, and we'll forget about it if we go to Murray, we'll get a result. Obviously, we'll get a big game coming next week. It's some time. And do we know when that is yet? When, Tuesday or Wednesday? It's unbelievable. Has it been announced?
No.
I don't think it has yet, no.
It's unbelievable. It just shows you when they think of fans travelling. There's guys go to travel, maybe try and do stuff. They don't think about it.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
One jot. You're less than 6 days away from it potentially, and you don't know if the game's on. It's just so wrong, but that's another story. And you come, Darren, here's your last thoughts and where we are and what you're hoping for going forward, mate.
So just to say that I think, as we all are, we're all buzzing with through. It wasn't a great performance tonight, but we are through. And funnily enough, I think the next step against Victoria Pleasant will be a lot easier than Panathinaikos, and I think we might do a bit of moving in the transfer market. Hopefully, if we can change things, it's positive stuff. But we need to look at our system and maybe change the way we're playing slightly until we get the players we need to do. Because right now it's not working.
Yeah. Listen, mate, thanks for the call. Enjoyed talking to you. Always a pleasure, mate. And keep phoning in, because you guys make your show, mate. Yeah.
Appreciate it, mate. Yeah. Cheers.
All right. Cheers, mate. Last word for your good self, Mark.
Really happy with the result. I'm ambivalent, to be honest. Somewhere between astonishment and delight. Really, really happy, but quite amazed we actually got there. I think get me a left back, Ox, before we play the Czechs, and we'll go 4-3-3 with a new 3 up top, and I'll be a happy man.
Right, it's going. The team could be completely different. Aye, mate, great to hear from you, but listen, agreeing with all Davey. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Peter.
Cheers, mate.
That's
Cheers,
definitely a trip to HR, that one.
Oh, mate. I think I'm just looking to see the last time it happened, mate.
I think you all want to be on with Davies on.
Get in there, boy, get in there. On yourself. Give it to him.
Listen, I'm not recovered for the time he gave me a dizzy at the train station.
Hey, I tell you this, see when they have a night out, they've all got to go and buy laughing gas.
Right, last word for your good self, David.
Yes, thanks for taking the call, guys, and well done, the Techie boys and all pals, old school. And it's always a pleasure. This is the best show in the town. It's got a great. We've got all our times we've got differences of opinion, but that's what makes the show what it is, the best in town. So I hope to see you and all the best for Saturday. And God bless the Jers and you all. Good night, everybody.
See you later, pal.
Cheers. Just to let you know, they're calling Fox Four Fingers now. Kit Kat, because he's only got 4 fingers. Oh dear, you can't get away with anything, no dear. Listen, Albert, great night, great result, great for the finances, and hopefully we get better at that performance, mate, yes?
Oh, aye, getting through and playing like that is a good sign. It's a really good sign. And delighted to get through, mate. Obviously, we were delighted. A lot of money involved in this, and that helps the club going forward. There's no doubt about that, mate. It'll be any money we get gets ploughed straight back into the club, the team, and that's what we've been missing for years. So, aye, great result. You can't underplay the result. You can underplay the performance, but as again, it really doesn't matter. The performance doesn't matter. So the result means everything.
Yeah. Can I thank Smurf, Paul Davey, Darren and Mark? It was great to hear from all of them, Alberta.
Superb. Keep phoning in, guys. Enjoy that.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
And Davey, you have a nice Christmas and enjoy your birthday, yeah? Listen, thanks to Darren, Mark, Davey, of course, Smurf for coming on the show. Of course, the one and only Albert, who stood in tonight. Stood up to the cudgel at the last moment. Thanks very much, Albert. Thanks to Kit Kat Fox there and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10, competing and talking about all things Rangers. And you never know, there might be some news at the club tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And the Rangers have done it again in Europe. The coefficient kings. Take it away, Old School Blue.